The idea of creating your own game has always been a popular one, but in the last few years, that has become a reality for many, with games like Super Mario Maker and Game Builder Garage. They can turn people's dreams into realities, with simple and easy mechanics to understand that you can have a game in no time. For Christmas, I got Pico 8, and bundled with it was a game called Voxatron. With my new gift, I wanted to learn more about Pico 8 and even Voxatron. So, of course, I looked up tutorials and I found a lot about Pico 8, but not much about Voxatron. So that's why I decided to make this video. I wanted to give Voxatron some recognition. Pico 8 is a virtual fantasy console, meaning that it doesn't exist, kind of like the console never existed, but it's a really cool game engine to use. It uses a modified Lua program, and well, as you've seen there, it only accepts capital letters, and of course the three main functions are init, update, and draw. And so the code's pretty simple. I'm learning it, but they have a really cool sprite editor. It's very simple. A small color palette, kind of get off the vibe of a older kind of game. And there's different sprites. I think they go from 1 to 256, I believe, but that's important. So they're really easy to get the sprite work going. As you see here, the sprites are very simple and kind of give off the feel of I'm making a game back in the day. Ignore this. I am doing terrible right here. I have, yeah, ignore that. But the beauty of it is it's very simplistic. It's a fun kind of tool to make. It's not a full time game engine. I wouldn't say it rivals Unity or Unreal or Godot. It's just kind of one to, when you're trying to relax, use this game engine. So, I'm kind of make a player here. I'd love to do more of a tutorial and in-depth analysis of Pico 8, but I just wanted to show you its predecessor. I think Pico 8 came first, and this was one of probably his first games by Lexaloffle Games. I probably butchered that name, but yeah, so it's kind of showing how you can make sprites, movement, and that kind of thing. And this console is adored. And in the last couple of years, there have been so many videos about it, tutorials which are very helpful, but it's still getting updates to this day. Very popular videos, millions of views are to this game. I released a short video about this game. And of course, they even have a tile sheet, so you can just place tiles on a map, noise, and Pico is a very fun virtual console. So then why did Voxatron go wrong? Or where did it go wrong? Voxatron. Here it is. Unlike Pico 8, which is use pixels, it uses voxels, which are basically just 3D pixels. As you see here, here's one of the levels that's pre-made with the game. Out of the box, you can just download it and you get this level automatically. It's really fun, actually. I've enjoyed it a bit. I haven't done all the games yet, but this one's probably my favorite so far. And of course, you see here, it kind of has a layout of an old arcade kind of game. The enemies seem very arcadey. The UI has a scoreboard, which is very arcade-like. Health, multiplayer. But so far, it seems like a very good game. It seems really fun and interesting. I'd get this game, honestly. And of course, I forgot to mention, but in Pico 8, they also have a cartridge system, which is really unique, which I'll talk more about later. But here is the big thing about it. It's an editor. So essentially, you can place objects, as you see here, wherever you like. This is a bad pattern as a game designer. This is really bad, but just showing off you can place blocks anywhere. And then other tools, so you can take this tool, delete it, add it, put a stamp you can copy it and move that around by itself, that kind of thing. So far, I think it's a very competent game engine, I'd say. And of course, there's painting. You can paint on blocks and that kind of stuff. It's really advanced. I want to get more into it. Maybe try to make a game of my own in there. But of course, there's pre-made objects. As you saw, there's pre-made games. There are pre-made objects as well, which makes it really fun and nice and easy to get into if you're starting out for game dev. Maybe not the best, as you might see later, but I will say there is no coding as of yet. I've not found any way to code. It's mostly just drop-down menus, and the camera is fixed. You can do a top-down perspective or this kind of perspective, but that's pretty much it. I think that's one thing that may have contributed to it. It's very limited. It's very not much coding involved with it, but it's still very fun to play with. I think it's still a competent engine, and if you get Pickaway bundled with Voxatron, I think it's worth it. But of course, just going through the menus, there are characters, monsters, pickups, everything like that already built in, and you can just copy those scripts and make them yourself. I'll show you here later. But so far, I think this is very enjoyable and a very good game builder, honestly. I think this is very similar to a game builder kit, maybe a little more advanced, but you'll see. I've just dropped my menus for weather. There's level menus. There's all this kind of menus so far. You can place them at different time intervals and all those kind of things, and you can watch them explode. Now here is the card system I was talking about, which is really cool. I've never seen a game do this before. So of course they have all these custom ones built in, which I don't think even Pico 8 has, but you can look at all these cool ones, and there's even custom made ones. So other people can make their own cartridges and you can view them, which is just incredible. So for instance, I'm looking at this one here, Hackman. It caught my eye because it's like a pack collab. It's really interesting. So create your own cartridge, of course explode, but create your own cartridge, download it, and share it with others, and those other people can view it. Now, I don't think you can view other cartridges, so view their insides in this game version, which makes a lot more of a downgrade. In Pico 8, you could view the insides of it, so kind of learn and understand more about how to make a game. I think that's a big fault with it, but it's still very similar to Pico 8. And it's just very interesting how these two games, of course, they're made by the same person, but they're very similar. And of course, I'm going to demonstrate some of the games. So this one's a park scene, just a duck walking around. I like it. It's very simple, and this is really cool. Like out of the box, I can play this immediately. I can create my own like assets and voxels, and interesting. So I think the big reason it become popular was because it didn't have that sort of charm, I'd say, unlike pixels, which are relate back to arcades, and people love arcades, nostalgia. Many people don't say or share the same with voxels. So that's one of the reasons I think it maybe not as common. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to give it exposure. I don't want to go rattle on about why or why not it maybe didn't get exposure it deserved. But I just wanted to show you and demonstrate it. And maybe you can get it with the Pick Away bundle, because I think those two together are really worth it. I just want to thank everyone now. So at this point in the video, I'm going to talk a little more about it, but I just want to thank everyone if you've gotten this far. Just give me some tips. This is my first ever video. The first time ever using OBS, or first time ever recording anything. I'm using like the Clip Champ, which is just the I think basic Microsoft one. I'm using that, so I love some feedback, and make sure to subscribe. I want to keep posting more and better content for you guys. So just let me know. Of course, right now I want to tell you character creator. So this is actually the me. This is one of my favorite things actually, is going in there and making your own assets. So this one, it's very simple. The nice thing about it is that they have custom, characters in there already, so you can just copy and paste it and start from there. And the animation frames, all that kind of stuff. So here I'm just kind of showing you. I think I was trying to make Pac-Man here, but yeah, I can show you. You can just copy it, delete it, all that kind of stuff. Build from there. You can use this tool also to erase a voxel. It's very simple. A huge color palette. If you ever use Pickaway, huge difference in color palette. I think this is some kind of like maybe a cat laying down. I have no idea, but I just want to give some insight into this engine and tell me how I'm doing. I want to hear your feedback on this video. And it kind of looks like the robot, no, like the Pickaway mascot. But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. This should be the end of the video. Thank you. Just thank you. Give me feedback, please. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you, guys.